Alright, my peeps and peepettes, it's time for another exciting action figure review with Star Wars The Black Series / The Last Jedi, Rey in her Jedi training attire. So before we take a look at the action figure, which is off of camera so we can take a look at this, here is the packaging first and foremost as partake of every single video review. Here's a nice picture of Rey with her hair down this time around instead of having it posed upward. Here's Rey Jedi training, warning, choking hazard. Up there we got the nice font for Star Wars The Black Series and some very nice white highlights. Pretty nice. Okay, so here we have number 44, Rey Jedi training. Onto the back of the packaging, same dealio going on up here. Star Wars The Black Series number 44, Rey Jedi training. And then here is the brief summary. Feel free to pause the viewer if you want to read that. It's up to you. Here's Rey Jedi training with back here Rey Jedi. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and bring in Rey in Jedi training. Yes, that's gonna get old real quick, but that's the name of the figure and that's the game. So anyway, with that said, here's a good look at her face. It is a much improved face sculpt. It's not fully Rey or whatever the actress name is. I forget, it's at the tip of my tongue, but I just can't get it out. Anyway, you know who it is. Daisy Ridley, I believe. Daisy Ridley. Riley. Something like that. Daisy. So anyway, this is Daisy. Somewhat. From side views, pretty much looks like the actress, but from the front view, yeah, it's still not real scan technology. We have to wait till next year for that. But still, here's a side-by-side comparisons with the original Rey. Well, actually, no, this is the second release of Rey because she has her lightsaber. Yep, there's a difference. This one came out with Rogue One, the Star Wars Story Black Series figures. But still, the likeness, pretty good. This one's actually a little more tanner than this one, which is very much marshmallow color. So let's put her aside for a moment before we do some real side-by-side comparisons and go through the specifics with this action figure. So she has a ball jointed head. She can look up because she's got a hinge joint, but that's about as much going up. She can look down all the way. So there's that. She's got a swivel joint. Yep. So we got universal shoulder joints. We got all the range of play we so want with really no hindrance whatsoever. We got single jointed elbows, and you know how that works. We've also got a elbow swivel joint there. We've got a wrist swivel joint. We've got a hinge joint to allow inward and outward movement like so. This one, let's check it real quickly just to see if it's the identical. Nope, it's the opposite. As you can see, this one goes up and down, and this one goes inward and outward. This happens to be a common theme with the Star Wars Black Series figures. So we got a ball joint here at the waist section, which is pretty good. She can get a lot of flex, a lot going back, a lot going forward. Pretty good. She does have some very hard plastic / rubber material here to make up her skirt piece, which does have a tendency to hinder the articulation, but you can still get a good range going forward, a good range going back on these ball joints, and there is some inward and outward play with this being as far as she can split. Yes, that was thunder if you haven't guessed. She does have thigh swivel joint like most Black Series figures. She also has double jointed knees like most Black Series figures, and at the last stance of articulation, she does have a good hinge joint to allow up and down movement at the feet, which also includes an ankle rocker pivot. And once again, this works a lot better than Hera's articulation there. So, pretty good. Lots going on with this one, and I like the attire on her. So here's a look at her from the front. As I almost drop her, here's a look at her from the back. Pretty good, fully painted. Seems that Hasbro doesn't skip out on the paintwork when it comes to Star Wars and Marvel Legends. Why can't it be the same for their Transformer figures? Okay, so with that out of the way, she does also include some accessories. Here she has her pistol, which is pretty nice. Very cool looking. Not much to say about the paint job. It's just full on silver with the handle bit being brown, black. kind of looks brown. Okay, so she does have a holster for it, which it can slide in like so. But, you know, a pistol is meant to be held. So, there you go. There's a look at her with it. I'm going to make that my thumbnail. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and put that back in there like so. So we can bring in her next accessory, which she's got her stick, whatever this thing is called. It's a stick to me. Staff, whatever. It's got this rope here, used for wrapping around like so. Slide it down, and that looks pretty good. Let me show you real quickly a side-by-side comparisons with this Rey figure and her stick/staff, and the rope that goes around doesn't allow any real range of movement to get this around her head without the risk of breaking this thing, because this is some very stiff plastic and it's molded in this way where it just, you know, you can't really flex it out any more than that. It's not going to go around her, so this is the only way I really have her holding the dang thing. This one looks more natural. This one doesn't look any natural at all. It just looks weird, but whatever. Okay, so anyway, there's one more accessory she comes with. Obviously, she's a Jedi in training, so she's got to have the lightsaber. So there you go. She does have it. She can hold it pretty good. And obviously, like all the lightsabers for the Black Series, the beam can come out. But what's the point? Because she doesn't have a hook around her belt, there's no way for her to actually secure the lightsaber, so no weapon storage, unfortunately. Okay, so there's not much else to really say about this, so here's one more time a good side look between these two. So, yep, this was then, this is now, currently, but it will change again with the next film, I'm sure of it. So, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so now that we got most of everything out of the way, let's do some side-by-side comparison. So, here she is with BB-8. That's her little companion. Here she is with Star Wars Rebels Hera, which is a wave mate for this run. Here she is with Darth Vader, which is also another wave mate from this series. Here she is with wave mate Stormtrooper. And just because he's still sitting here from the last video review, here she is with Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. So, this is obviously not Luke Skywalker to be training Rey, is it? I mean, he is too young here. Yeah. Okay. So, there you have my video review on Rey. She is a very, very nice additional piece to the Star Wars Black Series wave, especially when it comes to The Last Jedi. This is one figure you do not want to pass up. Paint job is really crisp and clean. That seems to be the ongoing trend with this new wave of Black Series. The sculpting on her face could be better, but it's getting there. It looks more accurate. Having said that though, I really cannot wait until Hasbro steps up their game next year with real scan tech when it comes to their Star Wars Black Series, like they're doing with currently with the Marvel Legends. So, lots to look forward to. More video reviews to come with Star Wars The Black Series on the way. So if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of this video. If you like today's video review, hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see other video reviews similar to the one that you're seeing here today. And may I also mention, if you do subscribe, please be sure to hit that bell icon to get notified of when I upload new videos or anything else that could possibly come up anytime soon. If not, you might miss out. Until then, this is your King Raiders Power signing off, and I will see you whenever you see me.